And like I said, I do really enjoy how they look. I like that. I love the design of their armor. Like I said, it feels practical, it feels big, it feels heavy. And this game, when it originally came out, like Cole Blazinski said, I want to make a game with giant guys fighting giant aliens with giant guns with chainsaws on them. That's fine. It's really cool. I'm okay with that. And I want people to look like that. When you see, like, you play Halo, Master Chief feels big and he feels hulking. And then you see the newer ones get a little bit sleeker and a little bit smaller as the games go on. And they're not necessarily built to be big and strong as Master Chief was. And this armor here, like, we look a little bit smaller, especially compared to the other games, but I think I'm also supposed to be a female character right now. Now this is where we get to learn about the Locusts and them coming in here. So this is actually before the first game takes place. This is what is known as E-Day. So everything's just starting to kick off now. We're not sure what they are. We've never dealt with this. And it's big and scary, and we're like, I don't know what we're doing with our lives. And what they've also done now is really given us this, the look of the Retro Lancer, which feels really, really good. And if you look at the Retro Lancer sometimes, it actually looks like it could be a... It looks like it could be the hammer burst that the Locusts use a lot. And then we see that giant monster come out. Like I said, we haven't seen any of this before.
We need something bigger!
Corporal, there's a hammer of dawn in that van!
On it! Soldier, secure that hammer!
Alright, let's secure the hammer, guys. Now, here's what I like about this. The term drop the hammer is fucking awesome, and it is one of my favorite things ever. And this is where we get to see the Hammer of Dawn, which is a giant targeting laser that we get to drop on them. Now that's a Corpser, which was a boss, I believe, in the first game. I don't think you actually had to fight one in the second game. But the fact that they made you fight something that this was the only solution to really defeating it, other than like dropping it into emulsion.
Nice work, soldier!
And even these guys, like, we're sitting here and we're fighting them, and we're like, oh, we don't even know what we're going up against. All we know is that they're taking bullets. And, I mean, really, they're just giant mole people. That is all they are. They are mole people, and I will be completely fine with anyone who wants to make that joke. It is good to me. It's like, that is what we're fighting.
Good job!
This game is also gory and does a really good job at chunking everything.
What's your name, Corporal?
Kim, sir.
Lieutenant Stroud and I...
And he becomes, I believe, Lieutenant Kim in...
Colonel, we need to get inside. Now.
He becomes Lieutenant Kim in the first game, and then he pretty much dies.
Well, good for you, son.
And he's a sarcastic asshole. He's supposed to be like the R. Lee Ermey character. I fucking love him. I don't care. That is a goddamn fantastic character to be created.
Oh man, this is bad!
Alright. That sounds like a Carmine right there. So if you guys know, Carmine is a character that recurs in all the games and pretty much dies in every game.
Oh shit, look out! Push her back! Push her back! We need some goddamn reinforcements!
Not gonna happen! Keep fighting!
And those are the boomers, the big guys. I want to know why you didn't die there. How about you die?
Do not let them near the door!
So this is, like I said, this is us fighting these giant hulking, and some of them are now coming out bigger and stronger, and a lot tougher than the ones that we've previously fought. And then we get these things that come in, and they look like giant bugs, and we're like, holy shit, what is this? This is such a good, hopeless feeling, especially when I have a weapon like this that feels amazing. Like, this weapon, like, you watch a laser converge and then come down from space and just wreck one of them. That is fucking awesome. I don't care who you are. Like, that is I can save the world like this. I fought that giant spider, something we've never seen before. But then we learn the real shortcomings and how much we're not ready.
Hammer of Dawn.
By nightfall, hundreds of thousands were dead. Emergence Day had earned its name. Like many of you, I was only a child then. It was a dark, terrible time. And our victory was in no way assured.
Now, I do like how she talks like as she was just a child when all of this was happening. Like, she was like 18, 19, she might be 30, maybe 40 years old now. And like, I like how we know the Locusts now have a queen, and we know so much more about them. And this is another really good situation here that's mostly towards the end of the... I believe this is actually at the end of the third game. It's where everything picks up. And if you notice, I'm no longer just wearing... I'm no longer wearing like the full armor. This is me now wearing my armor with the short short sleeves on it. So I'm just wearing the parts to protect the vital organs, and it kind of makes it look like, okay. God, I love her so much. That's Bernie. She's amazing. She's like she and Colonel Hoffman kind of have a relationship, but they can't really acknowledge it and things like that. And that is what the game is famous for, you know, that chainsaw bayonet there.
Now clear out the courtyard! Don't let any more up!
Pick your shot! Make him count!
So this is the boom shot, which is a giant weapon from that the Locusts have, and it's normally the ones that the boomers have, which are those larger guys that you see right there.
Don't let him up!
I got one more shot with it. I'll just make it count there. So I do like this. Like, this feels like it's a hopeless thing here. And at the end of 3, you learn that Marcus and the main characters, as they go away, they're like, all right, hey, you guys can come with us. And the main characters here, Bernie and Colonel Hoffman, are like, you know, we're too old. We're gonna sit here and defend and do what we can, and we'll just wait for them to come up. We'll just shoot them as they come up, like they're coming on their front porch. And it makes it feel like, you know, a very hopeless situation where they're just waiting for the end of it to get here.
Get to the other side and help Lisa!
Picks back up the shotgun, which is also fantastic in this game.
We got this one! Get to the far end!
So I can go down. Oh god, he just stuck me, didn't he? Now what I like is, even though the guys might not have armor there, they are actually like the big, strong, tough guys. They just come like railing in on you. And I'm just gonna take him up from behind, because, you know, that's what we need to do. And one of the other things here is you start seeing people as they really start using everything that they can here. It's not meant to feel like a war you're winning. Like, I'm going to go back to the thing with Resistance here. I like when they give you the hopeless situation. Now, as we saw how Resistance ends, eventually, you know, we do get away with the victory. And it's...
Come on, you big ugly son of a bitch.
It's one of those things where the parts of it, though, where everything's going wrong, that's important. That needs to feel bad. I need to feel like I can barely win this. And here you go. You have it. I've got these 2 giant dinosaurs. They're called Brumax. And then the Corpser, which you saw earlier, that only looked as if we could defeat it with the Hammer of Dawn. And I haven't seen the Hammer of Dawn at all on this level here. So this does not feel like a fight that we're supposed to win. But then luckily, we have the saving blue light that comes through and pretty much saves us here.
But against all odds, a brave group of soldiers, led by Marcus Phoenix, finally ended our Locust nightmare.
So they find a bioweapon that attacks the DNA and the makeup of the Locust.
How dearly I wish Sergeant Phoenix could be with us here today. Stop and think about the men and women who sacrificed.
And you're like, oh shit, Marcus died. He's the main character from the first games. Obviously, you saw the character, like, you saw him there, so, and this game's like 4 or 5 years old, so we know he is still alive.
The world, the new cog has
and like I said,
knows no war.
This setup here, and her saying that, allows this to introduce new characters, give us characters that we're familiar with, tie them together, but not necessarily make it so, oh, if you didn't play the first ones, you're not going to understand this one. You can come into this one. That explained everything that happened. It was like, okay, we had a war to get this, and we were fighting other humans. Then the aliens came, and mole people sprung up from the bottom of the earth. And we're like, oh shit. And then, you know, we defeat the aliens, and now here we are in the future. And it's like, okay, well, what's going on here?
Hey, you coming?
Just give me a sec.
For a butterfly?
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Metaphor.
You know how this little guy starts out?
Trying to stay alive.
True. But if it survives, and most don't, it finds a way to change. The little larva
So
becomes
really
a
cool.
chrysalis.
Everything inside the chrysalis, the larva
Inside,
that it was,
destroys and rebuilds
it goes down to a
changing
goop.
its color, its shape,
And then it
gets
reassembles
wings,
itself and like comes back to be
slashes
a
its way
butterfly.
out of its cage, and then it's new and beautiful.
You shouldn't have come.
Foreshadowing.
Save your breath, JD. That one, she's a mother's daughter.
I love him so much. He's the second president that gets elected at the end of West Wing. He was also one of the guys the guy who tells Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, where to find the Ancient One so he can learn how to heal his hands.
Raiding is what outsiders do. Until you two showed up. Now, boring.
Better bored than dead, old man.
There's a difference.
No alarm. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're
And
not.
so here we obviously see that we're not part of the cogs,
A security alarm.
and they talk about, you know, oh hey, those two show up here, and the outsiders who don't seem to be part of the normal civilization. And it does a really good job at explaining a lot of this as we go along here. So I like this. The game could definitely tell us and explain to us what is happening and why things look the way that they do. The game used to be made by Epic Games. They did sell it to Microsoft, and the Coalition is now the company that solely works on this.
Oscar, hurry! We gotta beat that wall!